Hey everyone, this is Tony from CTN. Just wanted to give you guys a small recap of everything that we've published to the site this week, and you can actually read the whole weekly highlights on the actual site, but in case you wanted to listen to them instead of actually reading them, I thought it would just be cool to actually do this on a video. And so let's just jump right into it. First things first, we are actually going to be going live this Wednesday. We've been doing this for the past couple weeks. We're going to be going live on YouTube, on Facebook, and maybe even Twitter this time. We usually go live at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So if you guys want to tune in, we it's kind of like a weekly podcast thing where we just talk about everything trending on the crypto space and the blockchain space. So just come on out, listen to us. We can actually even get you guys in the podcast and talk to us. So that's actually pretty cool. And just a reminder, if you actually want to read the most in-depth articles that we post on CTN, you can sign up for a pro membership. It's only $10 a month. And you're gonna get the good stuff, the good meat of what we're posting on CTN. And let's just jump right into it. So let's take a look at everything that we've posted. Everything we've posted this week. I'm not typically going to do this, but I'm actually going to show you guys one of our pro articles because I actually really think it's really funny. Does BTC still have a chance of hitting $100,000? And our writer Pragati actually wrote this article. And so here's the thing. If you're a crypto enthusiast, if you're a crypto lover, you probably have two different ways of actually seeing Bitcoin. You either see it as digital gold or you see it as the cryptocurrency of the future. If you see it as gold, you probably think the price of Bitcoin is going to climb up to like $1 million or something like that, right? I mean, it's going to keep exponentially increasing forever. Whereas if you see Bitcoin as a currency, you come to understand that the price of Bitcoin is going to have to essentially stabilize at some point, right? And so Pragati actually talks about this in this article, and I'm going to scroll down right to the bottom to the conclusion. So here's the thing. Another of the articles that we posted this week is about Anthony Pompliano. He is probably the most, and you probably all know and have heard about him. He is probably the biggest Bitcoin lover in the world, right? I mean, he thinks Bitcoin is just going to keep skyrocketing. And, some of these people, including Pompliano, actually say that in a couple of years, Bitcoin is going to be somewhere in between 50K and 100K. Well, let me just read real quick what Pragati had to say. While Pomp and other Bitcoin maximalists have been fixated on a 100K future for Bitcoin, I believe that this is a highly unrealistic number. Bitcoin may hit higher highs in 2020, but 20,000 is the wall. It's not going to go beyond that. It was designed to be a peer-to-peer electronic cash system and not a lottery ticket. Block reward halving the integrity of the network, and developers around the world may agree with me when I say Bitcoin's race to $100,000 will only drive it further from adoption. A less volatile and more realistic price point would be $20,000. And that's what I have to say about that. So, I mean, I love this because, again, we try to give you guys the news without the BS, right? I mean, we're telling you guys how we see it, how we feel like it's going to be. And in this case, it's Pragati's opinion, right? It's not the entire world's opinion. So a couple things to comment on this. Number one, this goes back to what I just said, right? I mean, if you think Bitcoin is digital gold, you're probably going to support the fact that it's going to keep skyrocketing. It's going to go up to 100K in the next 2 years or maybe in the next 10 years or something like that. Now, if you see Bitcoin and just crypto overall in general as a form of payment, as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, you're probably going to agree with Pragati. You're probably going to think that, it could keep going up, but it's going to have a wall. It's going to have a price point where it's just going to start stabilizing, right? And that's, I'm going to leave it up to you guys to actually decide what you think it's going to happen. I think that if it's going to stabilize, it's not going to stabilize at 20,000. That's just my opinion. It might do it at a much lower price point. It might do it at 10K, or it might do it at 1K, or maybe at $1. Who knows, right? If it goes down to $1, I don't think it's going to stabilize ever. But we'll see what happens. I, to be honest, don't even think Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It can work and function as a form of transferring wealth and value between people, but I see Bitcoin as a digital version of gold. I think it is. It's just, it's the perfect representation of digital gold. That's the way I see it. I don't think something that keeps going up and down in value can actually be a currency. I think you need stability. Anyways, that's it for pro articles. I'm not going to show anything else because, that's actually pretty cool information. We did talk to Jake Pyatt. He is the co-founder of Decred. If you like Decred, they're actually pretty big. They listed in Coinbase, and they've got a pretty nice exchange coming up in the first quarter of next year, if everything goes okay. I strongly suggest to read the interview. We did talk about Bitcoin's price. We did talk about China. I mean, China's such a mess right now. You can't really expect much from China right now. We did try to look at this from a market price standpoint. So how is China affecting the price of Bitcoin? And here's what happened. So China essentially now they kind of want to ban Bitcoin. They kind of want to ban just crypto trading and hodling. I actually had a few conversations with exchanges that were based in China, and they are suffering. They are like with the water up to their necks. I mean, it's pretty bad. And this might be actually kind of like the one of, well, at least one of the reasons why we're in such a bearish market, right? Because China willing to ban crypto in general, and I mean, come on, most of the miners, most of the Bitcoin network is in China. So, well, not most, but at least like a third or something like that. So that's pretty important, and be sure to check that out. We did talk about 10 ICOs that were built on Ethereum back in the ICO boom. Really fun read if you wanna see and learn about actual projects that got real products actually delivered, which is something that almost never happened, even though there were like a million ICOs that happened back in 2017. If we did talk about market prices for a couple different altcoins, just so you guys know, we do have a CTN wallet that we're writing about every Monday and Friday, or every Tuesday and Friday, give or take. We've got a couple altcoins that we're holding, and we analyze how the prices are changing, what might have led to those changes in prices, and all of that. If you want to learn about micro caps and just small caps in general, be sure to check those articles out. Galaxy Digital actually launched 2 different Bitcoin funds. Alan did a very nice job at analyzing how this could actually affect Bitcoin and mainstream adoption. Check that out. It's a very interesting read. Something about Microsoft and opening up Source and taking on activities to reach out to the developer community. Acquisitions like GitHub. They're pushing forward new initiatives. How are they going to respond to blockchain? You should probably read about this. Our CEO, Dennis, actually keeps getting invited onto podcasts to talk about blockchain as an industry from an entrepreneurial standpoint. If you're interested in blockchain and crypto, or how you could possibly integrate blockchain to your business or company, amazing. It's for sure worth checking out and listening into Dennis and the podcasts. We had 2 actually posted to CTN this week. You should probably check them out. This is one of my favorite articles this week. I'm not a fan of Anthony Pompliano per se, but I just like his show. He's a showman in the end. I mean, he's a Bitcoin fanboy. He is a fanatic, and I just love fanatics. I love fanatics to watch them. I don't take advices from fanatics or haters. I think they're fun to watch and observe. And I think this guy actually has an interesting story. And he has some real solid points when he's defending Bitcoin and crypto. Definitely interesting read. You should probably check it out. And this has to be probably my favorite article of the week. Best cryptocurrency memes of the year. I think I'm just not gonna open this and open it up for a new video, because they're just so fun that you should actually go in and check them out. And I might actually record a video just looking these over. That's it for this week, guys. We did have a couple sponsor articles, and yeah, that's it for this week. We're gonna have a lot of content coming out for this week on CTN, so just stay tuned. Don't forget, it's $10 a month, amazing content, and did want to mention something. It's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We do have amazing merchandise on our store, and it's 15% off site wide. So if you want to check out some of these amazing designs, be sure to do that. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you soon.